I know nobody gonna be in there because I can tell nobody's late everywhere else except for here. Somebody in there. Hey, whoever just popped in. That's you. That's you. Okay, okay. Can y'all hear me? Let me grab my other phone. I just decided to pop on for a little bit, see what we can talk about while I wait for my son. Yeah, I know it's been crazy. Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? I'm in my car, so I don't know if um I don't know what's going on with the speakers in the car. If y'all can hear me from the phone or not. Wait, the speakers from the phone, the speakers from the car. So if anybody can hear me, just let me know. I probably have to take it off of I think I gotta take it off of Wi-Fi. I mean off of Bluetooth. Okay. Can anybody hear me now? Yep. All right. There is so much to talk about. I just been sitting back taking my little notes in my notepad about stuff I wanted to say or how I was feeling when something was going on. And oh my goodness, I had got to a point where my head was hurting. And I said I just had to stop because I really don't get paid for this. And it's just my thoughts and my opinions anyway, so they really don't even matter to some. Mm, yeah, man, I don't even know where to start. Let me see. Let me find a good starting point. Let me click the pages. Let me click the pages. Oh, the first place I want to start is I applaud the ladies for how the catastrophe, I'm going to call it that, catastrophe ended yesterday. How everybody became very cordial and apologize to each other, and now it's like a peaceful place once again. It's very peaceful in the streets, at this point. So I applaud all the ladies who was going through some, having the beef, going through, I applaud y'all. That's how we as a community, a culture, um, a race, you name it, whatever it is, that's how we become stronger. Because currently we are causing self-destruction amongst ourselves faster than anything else, in my opinion. Now, mind you, everything that I'm saying, kind of sort of, I'm going to say it is my opinion because with the way that everybody look at facts, everybody facts turned out to be different. You know what I'm saying? So people, when you look at lives, you see stuff and you're not, when I'm saying stuff, I'm not challenging what anyone else has to say because like I said, everybody has their facts, their opinions, their thoughts, and it all matters. This is just my 2 cents on whatever I decide to say uh as I flip through my notebook. Y'all hear me flipping through this notebook, don't y'all? Yeah. Okay, so I know there's one thing I do want to touch on. The first thing that I want to touch on because this hurt my soul, and it's already been expressed by Lupac, um, Harmony, Kathy, Rita. I'm sorry, not Rita, Retta, Linda, like a whole lot of people. It's already been touched on by them, but just in a different way. So what I want to say is this: to all those people that ever said something or degraded Sweet Ma because of what she's going through, shame on you. Shame, 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 shame on you. Regardless of who she's living with or where she's living, it does not matter, because guess what? She's still here. You guys must have forgot that just not too long ago, the whole United States was shut down. Okay, the United States was shut down. Nobody could go to work except for, probably about what, 10 to 15%, which was the first responders and stuff like that, hospitals. Everything was shut down. So, with that being said, a lot of people lost the things that they had worked for or that they were working for, because with the way that the economy is, a lot of us are just one paycheck away from being at a homeless shelter while everybody trying to be funny. Oh yeah, I got money saved in the May. Okay, that's fine. That's good. I'm not going to say, oh, you only got money because you did this or you did this or you did this. I ain't going to say none of that. But some people do have money in the bank because maybe they did a PPP loan, or maybe they did some kind of fraud, scheme, scam. Maybe they live with 2 or 3 people. Maybe they got a significant other. Maybe it got more than a one income household or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they found a job that pays good or whatever. But some people don't. And Sweet Ma is a single mother taking care of her son. And what I do want to say, because they make me sick, because I used to take care during that COVID situation. I used to take care, because this is what I chose to do, of people who were too sick to take a chance on going into the hospital when they were sick, or to have people coming in and out of their homes to take care of them when, because they were elderly or their immune systems were low, or um, whatever illness they had. For them to go outside and go breathe that air was more detrimental than them staying. It was just horrible. So I used to take care of them. I said that to say this: it's not an easy task. You have to have patience. You have to have time. Hey, Bradia. You have to have patience. You have to have time. You have to have knowledge. You got to have skills. You got to be kind. You got to be loving. Not only that, you are me, when I was working. You know that these people most of them are on their last legs, but you still have to be there for them, showing no emotion of sadness, because you don't want them on their last legs or their last days sad. I even had to work with um, a person who had COVID. Matter of fact, it was 2 of them that had COVID. I've worked with people that had different things, and it was very trying for me, being that my immune system is not like it's supposed to be. I have a vitamin deficiency, plus I had 6 nodules on my lungs. So I had to put myself at risk, in addition to making sure that I was safe and did not contract anything, because I have a son who was you know what I mean? To take it back to my children and stuff. So let me go back to what I was saying. So the fact that people would say something about her without giving any positive suggestions or something that would help her, besides, oh, go get some food stamps and some welfare and some disability. Oh, so you can have something else to talk about her about? You're sick. I don't respect you. I don't. I feel like she is a hell of a woman, a hell of a mother, because she only takes a break here or there when as she said, her one aunt takes her kid. I have seen people with disabled children who don't take care of their children. They have people that come in the home and take care of the children. They send their children out to be taken care of. They send them into homes where they're just confined to a bed with no one to love them, no one to feed them, no one to care. They sit in there wet, dirty, hungry, sad, no love. I've seen this stuff. So the fact that people would say something because that woman, yes, I did say that woman, has dedicated her life to her child. You are sick. You are sick. And I'm also going to say this: Sunday, I won't say exactly what happened, but I was blessed. Some terrible, not terrible, but it was like I was super blessed. It was nothing but God's grace and mercy. So we need to be thankful, because 1 second, as my sister Berdia said, 1 second, your life could change. Your life could change. And the blessing that you receive, you don't really understand how big of a blessing that was until you sit back and think of how big of a loss it could have been. So, y'all better stop. Y'all better stop. Y'all better uplift that woman. Y'all better support that woman and any other woman and person like her, because people don't take care of their children like you think they take care of their children when they have disabilities or illnesses. They depend on the state. They depend on caretakers to come in. They allow them to misuse them. They allow them to mistreat them. They allow them to steal their money. They allow them to let them starve, be wet, no love, nothing. So y'all better stop talking about people who give their heart, soul, love, commitment, kindness, joy to people who are not able to do it for themselves. Support that woman, uplift that woman. And this has nothing to do with the people that were on her live that she was speaking to last night, because none of them, none of them, none of them degraded her for being the great mother that she is. It's all those people out there in the world who loves to talk about her and do things that put her in jeopardy. That's what I want to say about that. That irked my soul. That irked my soul. I cried. I like literally cried. I was so sick and so sad because I couldn't believe that people were so cruel. Thank you for coming by to show. I don't know how to pronounce your name, so I definitely will not mess it up. Let me see. Can I see? Let me see. Let me see. Can I try to say it? Chitoa. Chitwan talk. Chitwan talks with Ms. Mel. I almost, madam. I almost got it. I'm close, but I appreciate you coming. 1 second. That is all that it takes. You got that right, sis. You definitely got that right. You definitely got that right. After my blessing on Sunday, it actually happened Saturday night, but I didn't find out about it until Sunday. After I realized how detrimental the incident was, I cried and I yelled and I screamed praises all the way until my throat hurt. And I cried and I cried. And not that I was sad. I cried because I was joyful. I was happy. I felt blessed. I thanked my God, my Savior, because everybody thanks someone. I don't know if it's different, the same. I don't care what religion you take. It is what it is. We all serve something. And so I'm not trying to go in between that. Um, my throat was sore because, man, let me just say I appreciated it. So I already appreciate it because everybody know I love my babies. But so much more. I promise you so much more. You have no clue how much more. You have no clue. Chi-Town Talks. Oh, duh. It said right there. Now that I said, I was trying to make it all difficult, wasn't I? Chi-Town Talks with Miss Mel. Did I get that part? Did I at least get with Miss Mel right? I was over here trying to make up some whole words, wasn't I? I didn't make what was it? I didn't made it French or something. I don't know what I was doing. Wait, in retrospect, my phone was small because I'm on my phone, so my phone was small. No, let me quit lying. I was just trying to make it. I was just. I don't know what I was reading, but I can see it now that you told me. But I was just making up. Man, look at you. I was reading something because everybody make the name so difficult, or everybody's name is like from a different origin or something like that. So you can never tell what it means or what it says, whatever. So that's where it came from. That's why I was saying that. But yeah, Chi-Town Talks with me. Hey now, I ain't got no daggone sense. Okay, y'all wait. Okay, so look, check this out. Let me click through my little thing. Now remember, I am nice. I like to share. So if anybody want to come up here and say something, add on to what I just said. Y'all make sure y'all show Sweet Mom your love and support. Um, Currently she's probably iffy about new close friends. Um, but I also want to say, don't let a few bad apples spoil your love for giving love. Because had I had been like that, I would be so bitter because I've been done so bad and so wrong in my life. But at the same time, I heal from each individual situation and I try not to take it to the next person to be mean or bitter. But, but I do learn from it. You know what I mean? Red flag is a red flag. I look, listen, and learn. If something is just too much, I cut it off. That's what I have learned. I don't ignore red flags. I may not react to them right away, but I keep a close eye on them once I've been triggered. You know what I'm saying? So that's if we don't learn anything else, we have to learn a red flag is a red flag if, you know, um, something has happened to you. You have two options. You can just watch for a minute, depending on what it is, because you may be like oversensitive to the red flags or to the motions, or depending on how serious it is or what it is, you can say, hey, well, what's going on with such and such, or what's going on with this situation. I was just wondering. I'm not sure how to take it or whatever. Um, However you want to do it, but I do agree. With it was Sweet Mom Andrea and teacher. What's her name? I just said it. She changed her name to teacher. I forgot her name. Something teacher. Oh my God, because I love her aura. But anyway, if you have to walk on eggshells around someone, you don't need to be around them. So if you feel like you cannot speak to a person, you don't have to be disrespectful, rowdy, and aggressive. But if you cannot go to a person and talk to them and say, hey, this kind of made me feel uncomfortable because I wasn't sure, you probably shouldn't be around. I learned that. Oh, let me tell you what I just did, y'all. And I'm not saying this for clout or for attention, but this is what I want y'all to pay attention to. Things like this. So I went to the store to get me something, get my Pepsi. And I wanted for some reason, some flaming hot Cheetos with the lime. I don't know. I don't know what my body is craving right now for with a vitamin deficiency. What I did learn is sometimes when things are low, your body craves different things for different reasons. What I've learned, like when your iron is low, you crave ice. Something for me, whatever. Anywho, so I'm in the store and I saw a lady. She had the cutest little two chunky little twins, daughters, and she had this raggedy scallywag dude following behind her. He might have been the nicest dude in the world, but He looked scally. Hey, super fan, peace and blessings. Absolutely, sis. Absolutely, nothing but and opinions and thoughts so that we can learn from each other. Um, so she went in the store and she was like, she had like a little water bottle, like a Gatorade water bottle. It wasn't that big, it was small. And she asked the store clerk, she said, "Can I get some ice and water for my daughters?" And the lady was like, "What?" She says, "Can I get some ice and some water for my daughters?" And the lady in the store was like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." So she went over there and I saw the dude walking behind her and I looked at the mom. She looked like she was really, really tired. When I went by the soda machine, she turned and she looked over at me. Um, she had one black eye, and I'm not saying that he did it because he was a smaller dude. Could have got in a fight with a neighbor or somebody else. We don't know. But she looked extremely tired, like they had been walking or whatever. Um, her daughters were very cute. They were dressed, their hair were combed, they were happy, jolly little kids. So maybe she fell, I don't know. But I went next to the mom and I whispered softly to her, just, not all up in her face and aggressive, like, ugh, but softly. I said, "Is it okay if I buy the babies a small Slurpee?" And she turned around and she said, "Oh my God, yes, that would be so wonderful. Thank you so much." And it was like it made her day and it made the baby's day. Just acts of kindness. We've got to get back in our generation and our younger generations. We got to teach them acts of kindness, acts of love. Now, mind you, I ain't got no money like that to be buying nothing because I be need my sodas and I be need my Pepsis. But I can spare a Pepsi and a soda to make two little babies who thirsty happy. You know what I'm saying? So if I can do it, I know that we can figure out some kind of way to bring kindness and just back to each other, because what we're going through right now, I can't even explain it, but it's a haunting feeling. It's a haunting feeling when everybody is against everybody, not literally, just figuratively speaking when I say everybody. Um, so it's like I said, everybody's against everybody. So, oh gosh, that just threw me for a loop and blinked me out because it's so crazy. Um, People, not all people, but some people spend so much time trying to figure out how to come up on another person, how to get over on another person, how to degrade, dog, belittle, another person. Sometimes for no reason, sometimes for a reason. Regardless what it is, it's unnecessary. To the point that I started to think, I said, if these people that are doing this and thinking about this would just take a portion of that time and pour into themselves and bettering themselves, or creating something to make an invention, or just something for themselves, or something, or give back to the community or something. Hey, Lysandra, how you doing? This world would not, no, let me say this, because I tell y'all all the time, my grandmother says, it's not the world. God made the world, and the world is a beautiful place. It's the people that are in the world. The people in this world, we will be so much further along. We will be so much happier. We would be, it would be amazing. It would be like back in the day when you go to your neighbor's house and everybody sit at the table, eat and be jolly, We can't right now, the way that it's set up, we cannot even, if it's 10 people in a neighborhood, and say for instance we're all having a hard time, okay? Because it's just hard out there. We cannot even come together so that each of us could eat at least for 10 days instead of 1 day. I don't care if it's noodles, rice, beans, you know what I'm saying? We can't even come together to feed ourselves for 10 days opposed to 1 day. Because for some reason, it's like, I ain't finna, no, it's like, it baffles me. And it's like, why are we so angry? Why are we so greedy? Why are we just, why? I cannot understand for the life of me. Why? Hold on now. Let me tell you why. I had to ask myself, okay? I had to ask myself, why would you be angry? Why would you be greedy if you didn't work on yourself? I've been hurt. I've been dogged, I've been beat, I've been stolen from, I've I've been gotten over. I've just had some of the worst things done to me. That's why a lot of people are. I don't have what everyone else has. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I think about this. This is why I'm happy, why I'm full of joy, because you're always supposed to have joy and not happiness, because nobody can take your joy from you, because your joy is within. God gives you joy. You know, Kirk Franklin said that best within in that song Smile. Um, this is what I think of. I woke up today. I'm breathing today. I can see what's going on in the world. I can get up, I can walk, I can turn around, whether it hurts or it doesn't, whether it's difficult or it's simple. I'm still here. And every day that I am still here, I refuse to continue a whole day without smiling and being joyful and love, showing some type of love, whether it's words of wisdoms, just giving somebody the encouragement to carry on. I don't care if my day is going bad. I don't care what's going on with me. As long as I can give somebody a word of encouragement, wisdom, joy, happiness, I know that I've served a purpose on this earth. And if people can start to feel and think like that, it whatever they're going through ain't gonna be nothing. They're gonna get through it and wake up another day if God sees fit, or if the man above or whoever we worship sees fit. You know, and so somebody told me at one point that and I can't say if this is true when I'm gonna say this, but this is what somebody told me. Somebody said that um no, I don't want to get into that. But I'm okay. So what I said is this. Okay, so how did he have it? He said it was basically about the law and the law of the Bible. And so I'm just gonna say a little bit because I know that if this is Mina on Superfan, I know that she knows that inside out. I know for a fact that she knows it because she's read like all the Bibles. If this is Mina, because Mina is like, I've heard her and Nick talk, so I know that they've read like all the Bibles and they know this and how it goes. But so I'm not gonna get too far into it. They said that um that not them. This not they didn't say that. They said that the Bible was interpreted by a specific thing, person, place, or thing. You know what I'm saying? The Bible was written, interpreted. The law is written and interpreted. Back when there was really no law, but there was the Bible, look how things went. So now they've created all these laws to not so much as contradict the Bible, but go along with it. And look how everything is turning out. So some people seriously believe that people need to get back into the religion to make it a better place. And some people think that the laws need to be enforced to make it a better place. I think people need to look inside of themselves to make it a better place. People know what's right. People know what's wrong. Yep, that's Mina that's on there. People know what's right. People know what's wrong. People know what's good. People know what's bad. So we have to stop giving people this leeway or this slide or this line of a reason of why things turn out like it is. No, it's you. It's within you. If you know you don't want it done to you, don't you do it to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Um, I heard on Lupac's live today, because that live was off the chain. I loved it. It had male points of views, and oh my gosh, it was so peaceful and loving, and it was just inspiring, and it was good. But anyway, um, I haven't gotten a chance, super fan. I always miss y'all live. I think I be at work or something, but I know y'all be going live on y'all podcast. But I always miss it. And then I'll see the thing that says Superfan went live. I'm like, dang. Okay, but we gonna have Superfan. They have a live podcast as well, y'all. So we gotta figure out how to get to that and start watching that. But um, what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. I was saying we gotta stop giving them a leeway. Da, da, da. Oh, okay, this is what I was saying. I said so we gotta do unto people as that we want them to do unto you. So I said that I was gonna say this to y'all. So I ain't perfect. I did that before. How people misinterpret the Bible. That's what I was about to say. How people take the Bible and use it to their advantage. You know how people take parts of the Bible and they use it to their advantage or how they want it, or misconstrue it how they want it. Interpret it. I did that before. Every Thursday and Sunday around 9 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for the shout out. No problem, love. Y'all see that? Okay, Thursday and Sunday about 9 p.m. Eastern time. Um, I did that before. I did that before. And I cannot understand. There you go, right there. That's it. I cannot understand how people can live with themselves after doing something so vindictive and so evil. Hold on one second, y'all. You better wake up. Nah, you snoring on the phone. You better get off this phone and go walk around. Okay. Don't. I'm gonna tell y'all about that in a minute. So I'm not gonna go into specifics because my sister is no longer here with me. But this happened years before she passed away. My sister was picking and just being messy and bothering me, and that just doing stuff that she probably wasn't supposed to do as a big sister. Or maybe she was. Hell, I don't know. Who writes the rules of how you're supposed to be when you're a big sister? And I to do unto others as you want them to do unto you. So I interpret it as, oh, she doing me like she want me to do her. Right? That was me doing what I did. I, you know, interpret the Bible how I wanted it to. Now, what I will say is, I felt two things. One, before I felt okay, I'm proud of you because you, well, let me say this. I felt bad as hell after what, transpired afterwards. I felt really, really bad. But at the end of the day, I said, you know what? I feel okay now that she's gotten through that little portion because look at what she's doing now. She now is being that virtuous woman that I always knew my big sister could be. But there was no reason for me to have to, for her to have to make it to that the way that me and her went through it. It doesn't matter if she did something wrong to me first. This is when I was younger, guys. This is nowhere near this trial. This is long, long time ago. Um, She should not have had to endure what I caused to become her better self. I don't believe. I believe it was wrong because I took the Bible and used it how I wanted to use it for my good, bad, evil, whatever, because I felt like she was doing this because this is how she wanted me to do her. That couldn't have been the furthest thing from the truth. To me, that was my dirtiest, my lowest, the worst, the worst version of me that I could have ever imagined. I chose to never in my life be that version of me again. Never, 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 never. So not only did it make her a different type of person, which she became that virtuous woman, that beautiful, just amazing, it also made me a better person because I just never ever want someone else to suffer the wrath of what I've created for them in a negative way. It just was not a good feeling because I have a conscience and I have a heart. So anyway, lo and behold, I was just a young dumb. I was mad. She did it to me, so I felt like she wanted it done to her. Woo, y'all, let me tell you. Yeah, let me tell you. Okay, so this is way back. I'm not gonna talk about that. So I'm gonna try to jump into something that's kind of sort of that right there, because I got so much in here. Um, what I do want to say is this. Why is it that we have a problem? Why are we so greedy as a whole? As a what do you call us? We're humans, humankind. I don't know if that's not what I'm trying to say, but as humans, why are we so greedy? Why do we not want each other to succeed? I think that's something we should all start to ask. Not us, not the ones of us who don't care about people succeeding or who want people to see. Not us. I'm not talking about us. There's a lot of us who love for people to exceed. So when I say us, I'm saying it as though, because I cannot say, hey you, poom poom, poom poom woom. I'm just making up a first and last name, which is really stupid because I don't want anybody to say that I said somebody in particular. Why you don't want Jojo Blaze to succeed? That's what I'm saying it as. That's why I'm saying we and us, okay? So why don't we want each other to succeed? Why is it so difficult if, for instance, okay, I'm gonna say Mina, because Mina, do you remember how we sat on the phone and we just talked forever and we was talking about different things that um for businesses and nonprofits and stuff like that? Why is it that people cannot do that for one another? I'm not understanding that. People don't want to help. If you say, for instance, um, we are one sick. Wait, what that say? We are sick, boss. Yeah, crabs in the bucket. Mm-hmm. 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 Hey, Aaron. Hey, good morning, gorgeous. Self-preservation. They need to start thinking about if it's self-preservation, if you're the only one on earth, what you gonna do? Who gonna be here left? They better start thinking, but they gonna eat their own legs, and then how they gonna walk? You know what I'm saying? They ain't thinking about that. But so, for instance, y'all say, okay, so we have. Okay, I could see now. Before I say this, I could see if you don't know, and I could see if um I don't know. I don't even want to say the rest because I'm trying not to make it seem like I'm pinpointing things, but this is just what I wrote down. Uh, so dang, this is hard when you try not to pinpoint people and be in no mess. You know what I'm saying? So forget it, because my next statement, y'all gonna be like, "Girl, you crazy." Okay, so Why is it so? Say, for instance, I'm going to say something as simple as a computer. So, all these new programs they got. So, why is it that, say, for instance, JoJo didn't know how to work Microsoft Excel Formula point 2.0.694, but Ray Ray knew how to work it. So JoJo asked Ray Ray, "Hey Ray Ray, can you show me real quick the basic of it, just what you need to push for this right here?" Why? What would have been so hard for Ray Ray to tell JoJo how just to push three buttons? You know what I'm saying? Well, Ray Ray won't show JoJo because Ray Ray don't want JoJo to excel, because Ray Ray laid back on their job, and Ray Ray just want all the fame and glory because Ray Ray scared JoJo gonna come up and steal his position if JoJo knows something. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the heck is wrong with people? If exactly, it's an ego thing. It's like, wait, hold on, I'm skipping some. Yeah, um, it's not okay. So Zach, Aaron, I say Zach. Okay, so I'm gonna do this because if I do it the other way, it'll I'm not going up and down. Okay, it says it's not that they don't want help. People, it's not that they don't want help. People, they just can't trust our black people. It's not that they don't want help, they just don't trust each other. Yeah, I can understand that. And then Superfan says, I'm dealing with the situation in real life as we speak. I think a lot of us are unhappy with self. Therefore, we project that energy onto one another. You got that right. Got that right. When I was younger, where I used to work at, I was, I trained people. I did a lot of stuff. And my sister-in-law would come after she get off of work. She would come to where I work at because I would take her home. And I was teaching the other lady, some of the stuff that I was doing. And she says to me, "Why you teaching her? You ain't doing nothing but teaching your replacement. That's all." I says, "I don't care." I said, "Everybody's replaceable. I don't have a problem teaching the next person something. Somebody's got to be better than me. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem." And she's like, "I'm not doing that. You crazy." I was like, "Well, I just be crazy. That's just how I felt." Um, and then Good morning, gorgeous says, "I also think it's been so. I also wait. I also think it's because so many are used to the struggle that they think that they will get less if others get more." Facts. You are so right. I think so in that aspect, or they will become disposable, or as old girls say, it's war. It's not war. It's like, do y'all not understand how great things would be if we worked together? We would not have to work for someone who did not appreciate us. We'd be working for ourselves. We'd be so appreciated, they would be afraid to get rid of the group. You know what I mean? They like, say if there's four people that came to work together and all of us contribute a special something to the position, that employer would be afraid to get rid of one of us because we are doing so good. Everything is going so great. You know what I mean? One person's not taking all the load of all the work because everybody's pulling their weight. It would make no sense for him to get rid of all of us. But when one of us start to be lazy, that means another one of us has to take on the extra. So now it's like, hell, if that person can do two jobs, what I need four people for? All I need is three. You know what I'm saying? So, elimination. But they're not looking at it like that. They just want to come in, be lazy, halfway do stuff. And I'm not just saying just our kind of people. This is just, trust me, it's just not black people. We just have a higher disposal rate. uh yeah, a higher disposal rate. We're more disposable than others. Let's just put it like that. For lack of a better term. Superfan, that's what she said, Eagle. And she said, and Aaron says, right, I get that. He's scared JoJo going to take his job. Exactly, because guess what? Ray Ray too damn lazy to do something or to excel or to do, he want to halfway do stuff because hell, don't nobody else know how to do what he do, so he don't want to feel like, you know what I mean? They don't want to do, and it's not even so much of being just replaceable. It's lack of motivation, lack of wanting to apply yourself, lack of becoming. It's like you're scared to become greater or scared to be the best that you can be. You want to stay there and you want to be, oh, I just go to work and I just sit there and look at the chalk all day. I ain't got to do nothing else because you know what I mean? Come on. While it's sad, everyone can win. Exactly. Um, so I don't, oh, this is too much in my ear. It's like, I don't even understand. I can't even fathom how people are. I'm sorry, y'all. I got my headphone in my ear, and the noise just kind of, when you talking and you got the headphone in your ear, put your phone on mute. It kind of throw you off. They can't hear my live, so um, yeah. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Let me get back to my thought. Let me get back to my thought. Um, disposable. Yes. So I might go backwards a little bit. It might not be exactly what. So what I'm gonna say is, if we all pulled our weight, we could be great. That's the whole thing I wanted to get to. If we all pulled our weight, we could be great. You feel what I'm saying? Help your teammate. Consider yourself in a three-legged race and help your teammate. If you're in a three-legged race and you don't help your teammate, what you gonna do? You lagging behind. You ain't gonna win. Cause see, now when I say this, I'm not being racist, okay? So I want y'all to understand this. I am not racist, but I want y'all to understand the dynamics of what I'm about to say. And I think other people have seen this, said this, and acknowledged this. Have you ever noticed that if you go to places, sometimes you could see, I'm gonna say you might see a Jack, and I'm gonna use fast food places, okay? You might see a Jack in the Box, a Taco Bell, you might see a Olive Garden, you might see a Lone Star, you might see a Blueberry Hill, right? Now, say for instance, one particular race is in one of those places. That place is going to be running, not all the time, but a majority. That place, if you have, okay, so I'm gonna use two. So if you have two places, one of those places is going to be running up to par. It's going to be cleaned every night before they close. They're going to have an A+ for the inspectors. The service, it might be some rude service, half-ass rude service, but you're going to get service. Your food gonna be hot. You know what I mean? You can eat your food. And then you might have another one, and note it's not this bad, but this is just me exaggerating for the point. You might have another one. You got people in the back kitchen cussing each other out, playing loud music, talking stuff, talking about what they did, and BF you and cussing each other out. Why? Why? And I'm saying this because I worked in this place and I hired a few people. And I had to tell those people, bread and meat my kids got to eat. You feel what I'm saying? I don't care what you got going on, because if you respected me and you were my friend, I wouldn't have to be having this conversation with you. You know? So, with that being said, I choose me and my children over the mediocre work that you're doing. So, if you don't get yourself together, you got to go. Because if I go and I get terminated because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do with you, or you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you ain't gonna take care of me and my kids. So why you won't do what you're supposed to do so we all can have some food to eat? You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, because I was their friend outside of work, they felt like when they came into work, they didn't have to do what they were supposed to do. Now, mind you, the way that they were doing and the things that they were acting inside of work, they didn't act like that outside of work with me. Because all we was is cool. We wasn't even like, it wasn't even like that. But because they knew me, they wanted to take advantage of me. And it doesn't necessarily mean it's all black people, because it wasn't all black people. It was different races of people that I knew. And that's why at that point I was very young. What was my baby was I had my baby boy at 27. I was director of operations 28. So about 28 was director of operations of this company. And at that point I learned I do not do that tight friendship at work. Not you. I'm not talking about you, Aaron. I do not do that tight friendship at work, because people take advantage of you. We ain't finna go out and kick it and do all this kind of stuff. We have the company Christmas parties and everybody's having a good time and everybody's doing this. I don't want no drink. I'm just coming to show faith because I want to go home. Because if I'm the director of operations, I'm not finna, no, you're not finna put me in the position, because y'all don't know how to decipher the two. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how to separate the two for respect, so that we can continue to grow together. You know what I mean? So that we can become better. And it's just like, and mind you, it's not just black people on black people. It's not just white people, Hispanics, Asian. It's not. I'm not gonna say that. But what I will say, there's very few um cultures that allow their people to suffer or fight within their culture amongst each other like we do. I'm gonna say that. I think that we give each other the hardest time. We give each other the hardest time, and I'm not understanding it. Now listen, I've worked for Russians, I've worked for Mormons, I've worked for Jews, I've worked for no, wait, let me refer. I've worked for Jewish people. So I've worked for Russians. I've worked for people who are Mormon. I've worked for people who are, ouch, who are Jewish, which might be the same thing. I don't know, but I'm just saying however, what I'm saying, there's different cultures in all. Because, yeah, there's different statues and cultures and all. I don't know how to explain it. I just know each type of person that I'm explaining, it was a whole different kind of thing. But at the end of the day, it was the exact same thing. You know what I mean? They took care of each other. From the elders to the babies, they took care of each other. This one set of people that I worked for, they were older people. They had a community. This community would come over. It would bring them groceries every week to make sure that they were eating. It would bring them their prescriptions every week to make sure that, not, I mean, every month, to make sure that they were doing everything. They would come over and they would check to make sure their appointments and everything was set up. And this had nothing to do with Medicaid, Medicare, Aetna, Blue Cross Blue Shield. It had nothing to do with that. It was a organization from that group alone that was especially for people who could not take care of themselves or needed assistance taking care of them. And they didn't have to pay one red cent for nothing. Nothing. If they were not getting checks, they were going to make sure their lights were paid. Most of them the organization put most of them in these beautiful big houses. Even though it might have been two of them or one, whatever they lived in was amazing. It was clean. They had people that come over and clean. It was amazing. But they did it as an organization to ensure that their seniors, the people that could not take care of themselves, were from just mentally, physically, emotionally, just of age, just whatever. They made sure that they were okay. Now, peep this. People say, and I've checked this. People say that, you know how the people from the Mormon churches come knocking on the door every day and they want to talk to you and all this other kind of stuff. People always avoid those young men. Okay, Whatever you believe is what you believe. But if you ever sit down and talk to one of them, let me tell you, that is another group that takes care of their people. You feel what I'm saying? They have resources for everything from job placement to shoe placement. You feel me? They take care of each other. What do we have? What do African Americans have like that? Oh, we gotta go to Red Cross, Catholic Charities, uh uh what is it? Urban League. But Urban League basically specializes mostly in people with felonies and stuff like that. Um Here. You know, the things that we have to go to as African Americans, we all go to sometimes, not always, but no, notice that this does not mean factual every single one. This is I'm saying all okay. Most of the time we have to go to, yeah, different kind of communities that do not make up of our community, because our communities can't stand together and be together and be, like you say, build and grow. But it's a community is very special. Back in the day, that's what we had. Build your community. We are our community. Exactly. You know how they used to say, take a village to raise a child? Man, let me tell you. Let me tell you, let me tell you, let me tell you. Would no village be raising mine these days? Because the way that the village is raising their kids these days, oh no, 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 no. I'd have to pick my village out on my own. Back when I was younger, where we lived at, you could see one part to the other part. My mama would call, tell Robbie to come on home. From the time I left to where I was, you seen them neighbors standing on them porch. It was like because we had the party line back in the day. We had the party line back on that party line, telling every step that I made, making sure that I was okay. Nah, nah, here you don't. And where I lived, there was woods. All these woods and all these trees. We didn't find no bodies, no rape kids, no molested children. We didn't find that back in those days. And I'm not 100 years old, y'all. I am only 46. So that's how rapid things are changing. Things are changing like a man. I can't even. I don't even know. Things are just changing way too fast. So yeah, let me tell you, it's a whole different thing. Ain't. Because first of all, you cannot beat my child if you don't love my child. You cannot play with my child and do all this other kind of stuff if you don't have my child's best interest in your heart. I don't want you teaching my daughters how to twerk, and I don't want you teaching my sons how to pimp. I don't want you telling man. Let me tell you, I got to tell y'all this. So check this out. Wait, let me read this real quick. Because I know it's all racist, but I can only speak for my own. The black household is broken. Period. There's no longer the man and the woman in the home. Drugs has taken over. In more than one way. Absolutely. Alicia says, you're right. Good morning, Gorgeous says, I'm proud of Kevin for aspiring to buy land to house his tribe and having his whole tribe and their immediate family living off the land. Period. That is let me tell you, that's me and my kids been thinking about that for the longest. My baby boy, but he wants to be a fireman now. Let me tell you. So my ex, okay, so I'm gonna tell you about my baby, my 25-year-old. So my 25-year-old had he had a different kind of life. Okay. I will not go into detail, but what I will say is he had car, no curfew, no nothing. He had 3 rules: stay out of trouble, go to school, and good grades. You feel what I'm saying? Because I had to raise a man, and as raising a man, my words to him was, you are a man, and I am not going to be on top of you every step of the way of your life. You know what's right and you know what's wrong. You know you got homework, you know you got chores, you know you got things to do. And I need for you to man up and take responsibility of that. No, he did not have to raise my baby. I didn't make him change diapers, do trash. No, 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 no. Barely even wash the dish unless he messed it up himself. That ain't the type of stuff I'm talking about. Okay, I'm not talking about that kind of stuff. I'm talking about responsibility for his own education. I'm still there. I'm still looking. But I needed for him to take responsibility and want to get this. I needed for him to want to be better than. You know what I'm saying? I needed for him to understand that. Same thing with my youngest baby. I taught both of my sons how to sign my signature, and I gave them permission to sign anything that they wanted from me. They just had to tell me about it, because I told them I trust that you will not be doing anything that you don't want me to know about. I did things a little bit different because we was all raised different, but I tried to do it in such a way that they learned responsibility. They learned to be honest. They learned not to lie. They learned to have a heart, care, choose good decisions, not to be in trouble, not to do all this old stupid stuff. That's what I tried to do with mine. Some may say they didn't like it. Some may say it's wrong, but hey, it is what it is. They mind, they good, they grown. So, um, my ex, the one who put his hands on me, he used to try to tell my son, because my son played basketball, my son played volleyball, he was in academic and college courses in high school. So he was like, um, when I used to be your age, I was already out making money doing this. And you know what they used to do back then when they were young, because they damn sure ain't had no job with a check stub. Okay? I said, hold on, bruh. I don't need for you acting like that lifestyle was so great. Why don't you tell him about those missing years? You feel me? So I'm gonna need for you to get up out of his face acting like that street life and acting like that thug life and acting like that robbing, stealing, killing, dope, and all that stuff out there is the business. I need for you to be honest. I want you to tell him, do it feel good to be in the 8x8? Do it feel good to have to take a shower with niggas looking all up your tootie wooty? Nigga, do it feel good to have to sleep with one eye open and one eye closed? I need for you to tell him about that if you gonna tell him something. I said he don't need to work. I said his focus is on school and living his life now as a child. So when he gets older, grown, he done everything he needed to do out there having a good time as a child. He is now into his manhood. As a child, you live like a child. You be a child. I need my children to be children while they children. I need my men to be men while they men. Just because he didn't have no job at from in high school while he was going to school, working at McDonald's, Burger King, Jack in the Box, Walmart, wherever, does not mean he was lazy, sorry, or trifling. You feel what I'm saying? Does not mean that at all. What it meant is I gave my children the opportunity to be kids. So when they get in this world, if something should happen to mommy, they are already men. My kids can cook for themselves. They can clean for themselves. They can pay bills for them. Anything that a woman can do, my boys can do for themselves, because I always wanted them to believe and know that they don't need nobody to take care of them. If they do find someone that they want to bring into their lives, it should be an add-on, not a level out, a subtraction, or division or whatever. It should be an add-on, meaning that you guys grow. You guys don't stay stagnant. You guys grow together. You prosper together. You build together. You become more than what you are alone. That's what they needed to know, and that's what they needed to learn. I'm not saying that I did not know, but how can my mother teach me something that she did not know until she became an adult? You feel what I'm saying? So we need to start teaching our children the things that they need to learn in this world, because this world, this current day and age, ain't the same as it was back in the day. And I used to tell my mom, I said, Mama, these kids got it so hard now. These kids got it so hard now. These kids got it so hard. She's like, what you mean? All they do is, but baby, you don't understand. Look at the games now compared to the games when I was a kid. I still got the original Super Mario. Well, not the original Super Mario game because I got the little game system. I'm going to play it online because, I'm going to stream online. I'm going to be playing Super Mario. So if y'all want to lay back, kick it, and chill with me while I play Super Mario and talk, because that's what we going to do. We just going to lay back, kick it, chill, play our games, talk about our problems, and have a good time. That's my next section of what I'm going to do. Anywho, look at the games from when I was a kid. We playing Duck Hunt, Pac-Man, Super Mario. You know what I'm saying? Compared to the things that they have now. When I was younger and we played Duck Hunt, I never in my life would have wanted to, could have fathomed that weapon being the same thing as a weapon that people are unaliving people with on the streets today. Two different games. You feel what I'm saying? So these kids are, they got so much to deal with. Now, kids play these games and they see what happens on the game because everything is so realistic. They want to go out in the world and see this stuff again. But what their parents don't really teach them is, baby, if you do that, then you might as well do it to yourself as well because your life is over as well, along with that kid's mother, that kid's family, your mother, your family, everybody. You have just unalived 40 people making a stupid decision. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. There's extinction positive black male role models. Exactly. I even had a conversation with somebody on the makes of how, man, that we went so back on that one, and they was like, dang, Robbie, you be thinking too much. I said, yeah, that's why my head be hurting. I be trying not to think. That's why I just lay. And then it says, right, the worst thing we did was Mortal Kombat. Now they're shooting with AKs. Right. But the thing of it is, when my kids, I think when my kids were little, my boys, their favorite game for them to play, people would not even imagine. Everybody be like, oh, it must have been this, because back then it was Saints Row and Fortnite. What is it? Fortnite was just coming out and stuff like that. My boys' favorite games to play was Big Mother Trucker. Yes, not because I didn't allow them to play the other games, but this is just where I had my dad, my mom. Oh, that's another thing that I was talking about, the choices that my mother made. And I was like, how can my mother teach me things that she didn't learn until she was an adult? I could tell you one thing. My mother chose a husband that loved me. My dad did not play with my birth father like people play with people's children. He just did not do that. I was his daughter. There was no difference. I was his child, but he didn't play with me in that man's face. But I was his child. That man loved me like I was his own. He saw no different. You feel what I'm saying? And that did something for me that I would have never experienced had it not been for him. Okay? I got to meet my father and hang out with my father a little bit. But if it had not been for the wonderful husband that my mother chose, I would not have got to experience a father's love the way that I experienced it with him. Because why? My father grew up back in the day, where picking cotton and running girl, just other things were more important than a family life. You feel what I'm saying? So he can only teach his children and be who he learned to be. So my mother and my father, they could only teach us what they learned. And I'm gonna tell you, after I got grown, I learned more from them at an adult age than I did at a child's age. And you want to know why? I'm going to tell you why. They turned to Christ. Yes, honey, yes. Yes, honey, yes. They became two different people. Had they had not became who they were or had the beliefs that they believe, because they already knew about it when they was growing up, but they were still young as well. But when they got a little bit older, and when I say my age older, is like after I had my first son, my 25-year-old. So I was 20, I was 21, which made my mother her age. Yeah, not much old. My couple. She was, yeah, she was grown. She didn't have me when she was no kid, no baby or nothing like that. My mama had me at 19, 20, something like that. But she still was young. Or was it 21? Me and my mother are 20 years apart. Me and my mother are 20 years apart. My mom and her mother are 20 years apart. Me and my son are 21 years apart. So we're all like two. And so anywho, so we kind of spaced out 20 years. Except for my baby boy. My baby boy is 7 years younger than my oldest son, and that's a blessing because my grandfather got to see him before he passed away. Um, anyway, I feel like there was an anointed spirit left in my baby boy. Anywho, so they took on Christ, the life of Christ. They follow, they worship. Now they know that Bible in and out and in, up and down, and they live by faith. You know what I mean? And so with them doing that and me seeing them, and it was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing. I am 46. They've been together since I was 11. So that's my daddy. That's my daddy. That's my daddy. Yeah. Okay. Anywho, um, let me tell you. Life is too short for any little mess. But so like I said, my kids played Big Mother Trucker. Yeah, they like Saints Row, but it wasn't like the game that they wanted to experiment on. Because guess why? All them play boom booms? Oh no. No. You can't buy them no play boom boom for their birthday. You can't buy it for their Christmas gift. You can't do none of that because a play boom boom ain't no joke. They don't need to think this is a toy. So I took on, like I said, I had my first child at 21. I had my second one at 27. 27. I had him in 27, then I turned 28. Yeah, I had him at 27 going on 28. I had to stand up and be a mother. And my motherhood was even harder than you could imagine because some of the stupid choices that I made. Stupid choices that I made. And it took me over 20 years to even tell my mother about these stupid choices that I made. I've just been suffering for over 20 years. Matter of fact, 25 to be exact. 24, 25, not 25 years I suffered without telling my mother or my father. I told one person, and that person tried to tell my mama or tried to do something but was not able to, but so on and so forth. But I struggled and I suffered. Can you imagine suffering in silence for a stupid decision that you made that you're struggling with for the rest of your life? That's 25 years. That's 25 years. Can you imagine how these kids struggle with the things that they go through and the things that they see for 25 years? For 25 years, and it seemed like decision after decision after decision, no matter how good you try to be, I felt like I was continuously getting punished for this one stupid decision that I made. I said all of that to say this. I taught my kids and I taught them every decision that you make has a consequence, whether it's good or bad. And even if it's good, you still need to think about how it could be if it went bad. Somebody say, ain't that way too much thinking? How you gonna live life? Study long and study wrong. Just because you think about it doesn't mean you have to think about it long. You know, you're supposed to be quick. You got to be quick when you think about things because decisions are split. Like boom. So I I I did the best that I could do in teaching my children to be productive citizens of this world. So whatever they choose to do in their life, as long as I know that I did the best that I could do, preparing them, mentally teaching them right and wrong, good, bad, then okay. But nowadays, people don't take the time to teach their children jack diddly squat. I want to tell y'all something. Let me tell you how sick we're growing up these days, y'all. Let me tell y'all how sick we're growing up. Not we, but you know what I'm saying. Here, there was this retired police officer. Every day he would ride his bike. Retired. 67 years. I don't know how old he was. This man was less than 3 miles from his house, riding his bike. This 17-year-old kid and two of his friends were driving in the car or truck or whatever, talking. Some the boy said, "You want me to hit him? You want me to hit him?" His friend said, "Yeah, hit his ass." He hit him. The man flew off his bike. The daughter got an alert that her father fell. His wife went to the scene a couple of days, about 2 weeks before their 25th or 35th anniversary. By the time she got to the scene, okay, I'm gonna stop with her. They drove after they hit this man's back wheel of his tire with that vehicle. They didn't run him over. They hit the vehicle. They hit the bicycle with the vehicle. They rolled past him, filming him on the ground, and posted it on social media. By the time his wife got to the scene, they had already took him to the hospital and pronounced him. This is a retired ex-police officer or military or something, some type of civil servant. Like, what makes you want to do that? I don't want to know personally. I don't want my children to know personally. I don't even want to know nobody who wants to know personally what makes you do that. Because they just might try it. So I firmly believe in not wanting to know personally. You know what I mean? I want to read about it or some stuff like this with nothing to do with me. Because you have to be very careful for what you pray for. You're deaf. That's a whole nother story. Because you pray for what you get what you pray for. You feel me? Whole nother story. Okay, anyway, I just could not believe that this 17-year-old and his two friends thought this was like some type of joke to hit this man who's minding his business, doing his bike ride. This man was between 60 and 70 years old and still able to get up on a bike and ride a bike. Why would you do that? Sick. Sick, y'all. Just sick. Hurt my soul. Hurt my soul. Hurt my soul. Sick. I felt so bad for that family. It was so sad. If I told you, I has anybody ever looked at like the news alerts where they live and all the things that's going on where they live, but you don't hear about it personally? You actually have to look and see. There is so many things going on every day, all day. I don't understand how we are not extinct by now. It's so sad, y'all. It's really sad. It's so sad. I have like stuff in my phone that I was going to talk about it, but it's so depressing. And it's like, what good would it do when people think it's funny to try to get other people hurt for no reason. Um, when people think it's funny, just putting their hands on other people's children, or unaliving people, or just doing anything. Like, how can we? I can't say how we can fix it, because you got to fix, each person got to fix it within themselves first. But it's like, I don't even understand how we are not extinct in this world, just like humans as general. I don't understand why there's not more dogs and cats running around this world than there is humans right now. Because of, between, I look at two states, and then every now and then I'll flip through and have just another state just random pop up. So just between three states a month, three states, I'm gonna say in one day, I guarantee there's at least anywhere between 1 to 300 between three states. And it's sick. It's sick. So I don't even understand how we're not extinct by now. Mm-mm. But I had this thing, but it's on this phone. So I ain't gonna say it right now, because I gotta listen to it before I say it. It's something that I was talking to somebody about, and I figured out the formula to something. I sure did. And I'm not sure if I want to put it on a video or if I want to say it on live, but I figured out the formula to something. And what? I'm sorry, y'all, I got to open my chips. What if I told you that whatever the mess I've been talking about today ain't got nothing to do with in my little notebook, all the stuff I'm supposed to be talking about? So, y'all know I could get on this live, and I could go, and I could go, and I could go. But it's 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's 12 o'clock where some of my family is out there. I ain't gonna hold y'all up that long. I might. No, I'm not. And I'm finna pick up my son, and I'm gonna drive home, because I'm definitely not gonna be on the phone driving, because I didn't see way too much on these streets. I seen, was it yesterday? Yes, yesterday. I seen the same accident that I seen my mom read about it. Person was crossing the street in a crosswalk with a little basket, or on a uh uh walker. Somebody hit that person in this lane, on the right side of the lane. They flew to the left side of the lane. He got hit again over there. And some dirty, low down person was filming it and put it all on video on the internet. And they said that's how the family saw it. People are so insensitive and sick, y'all. They're so sick. Somebody was asking us, okay, I said, I just want to go home. I just want to go home. I just want to go home, and I just want to go in my house, and I just want to close my door, and I don't want to sit outside until tomorrow. It's just so sick. Let me see. Oh, yeah. I just chose not to. Oh, oh yeah, I was waiting for that part, huh? Yeah, I'm not doing that today, because that probably would take a long time, and I'm not finna have all that negativity around my kid. I'm not gonna do that. But my son did think that what I said that I was gonna say to y'all, he did say that that shit was, it was fire. He said it was fire, and it was so true. So I definitely have to say that. Not now though. Okay, so wait, I wrote this thing. I want to say this. Oh, did y'all see the video with Lil Hat? Y'all seen the video with Lil Hat? Mm. Don't y'all hate when somebody jump in the story and don't know what they be talking about and be spreading lies, more lies? I wanted to say something about the tote because I am so tired of people in this tote. I'm gonna let that go right there today. Uh, this is one thing that I wanted to say. I got a few people on this. One thing I want to say. So, matter of fact, Terrell, was it Terrell Owens? I put something on my page that happened to Terrell Owens where Karen ran up to Terrell Owens and was harassing him and said to Terrell Owens, um, "You're a black man approaching a white woman." And so even Terrell Owens is trying to eliminate the Karens in this world. Terrell Owens is trying to get rid of the Karens in the world, y'all. T.O. He got Karen in his own neighborhood going to check his mailbox. Yes, y'all. He got T.O. It's on my page, the news little thing. But this is what I wanted to know. Because everybody, I heard Lil Hat and her husband talking about Robert was low down because they listened to the lie. Why is it okay that if a man put their hands on a woman or not, and the woman feels threatened or assaulted, or if a man was to put the photos out of a woman, it's okay for the woman to do this to the man, but it's not okay for the man to do it to the woman? What you saying, my sons don't matter? That's what I think you saying. I think you saying my sons don't matter. And I got a problem with that. So I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to tell this to every woman who has a child that's a male. You tell your sons male lives matter. Yeah, not just black lives, but male, M-A-L-E, male lives matter. So if a woman put the best thing to do, I'm going to say it just like this. The best thing to do if a woman continues to put her hands on you or puts her hand on you is to leave. Okay? That's the best thing to do. And when you leave, don't take your tailbone back. Because if she did it once and you did not put your hands on her and stop her, she'll do it again. But for instance, if she do something that hurts you and you are able to restrain yourself, which I know you are because you are a man, you call the popo. You get down on the floor and you scream and holler and you cry and scream just like the hell she do. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You got feelings too. You matter too. Because if you don't, you just might be locked up in jail, shot, unalive, whatever the case may be. Your life matters too. And your life is in danger times two of what it would be is if she called them on you. Or is if you called her on her. Wait. Your life is 2 times more in danger if she calls them on you than if you call them on her. Okay? So If a woman can have a problem with a man putting her photos on the internet, a man can have that same problem. If a woman can have a problem with a man slapping her upside the head, a man can have that problem too. We got skin, feelings, heart, soul, whatever. They human too. The moral to the story is keep your hands off other folks' children. Keep your hands off other folks' children. I ain't with my children and neither will you. Keep your hands off other folks' children. Point blank, period. Oh, I lost a few with that one, didn't I? They ain't like that one too much. They ain't like that one too much. I don't care whether you like it or not. I got sons, but you gonna keep your hands off mine. Cause he not finna go to jail or prison for putting his hands on you. And I'm not finna go to jail or prison for putting my hands on you. Like Robert said today, you be playing with folks' children. He could play games too. But they got, remember I was talking about the laws and the land laws, whatever? They got laws for that stuff. I ain't talking about the children. I'm talking about putting your hands on folks. You want us to abide by laws and keep our hands off you, you got to abide by the same. And that's what's wrong with society today. People feel like you're obligated to take their BS. People feel like you're obligated to turn the other cheek, or you're obligated to look the other way, or they have or that you have some obligation to whatever they want. No, it don't work like that. You know what's right, you know what's wrong. If you mad, go to church. Leave, in other words. But you need to keep your hands to yourself. Don't argue. Somebody arguing, apologize, and move on. I teach them walk away to live another day. That's what I've always told my boys. Walk away to live another day. All that bickering back and forth ain't even worth it. Because you never know how many friends they got, who coming up behind them, who coming up beside them, who going to attack you later because of the lies they tell. Walk away to live another day. That's my slogan. That's my saying. Walk away to live another day. Do it always work like that? No. But majority do. It ain't even worth it. Man, these people sick. People are really sick. It's like something in the water, dude. It's like something in the water or something. They breathing some kind of special air or something. You know what I'm saying? Like you know how you go to the oxygen bar and you inhale the fresh air? It's like they going to a stupid bar and inhaling the stupid air or something. You know? It's like that's what it seems like they doing, inhaling stupidity or something, dude. It's crazy. But you know what? My baby finna come. So I gotta go, y'all. I gotta get off because he gonna I don't know. Yeah. But I want y'all to take something with you. Protect your own. And when I say protect your own, you don't have to protect them with uh physical or verbal or physical altercations, verbal altercations. Protect them by feeding their mind. Protect them by giving them the knowledge and the tools that they need to get through this world. Don't get by it, get through it, because you never know what you got to go through to get. Hold on, let me get this right. Give them the tools that they need to get through it, not buy it, because you never know what you have to go buy to get through it. You know what I'm saying? Don't teach them how just to go around it. You got to teach them how to navigate it, learn it, control it. You know, such as, for instance, I'm going to use Robert. So say somebody taught him just leave, just leave, just leave, just leave. Okay, so he just left. But look what he had to go through after he left. You have to teach them patience, self-control. You just have to teach them all the things that go along with making it through and getting through. So we have to fulfill that. We have to fill their minds with the knowledge and everything that it takes for them to make it through all this stuff that's coming down at them. We got to teach 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 them. And a lot of our kids need professional help because of what they've grown up in, all the yelling, the violence, the arguing, the beatings, the hittings, the no love, they need help because these are behaviors and things that they've seen, and it's instilled in their head that not all the time, but some of them believe that this is how it's supposed to be and this is what they're supposed to do because this is what my daddy did and this is what my mama did. We've got to encourage them that getting help to get through their situations and get past those things is not a shun. It's very smart. It is a way to help them, not to embarrass them. We gotta quit doing that. We gotta let them know that just because you go to a doctor and a doctor, just let them know you gotta get help. It's okay. If you can't talk to people, friends, or whatever, we got HIPAA laws where you could talk to doctors and talk it through and learn it through. But family, friends, you gotta quit embarrassing them. You gotta quit shunning them. You gotta quit telling their business. You gotta quit being messy. You just gotta stop. Because if a person is coming to you because there's something going on, you could be you could be the lifeline between a long life, a short life, or an incarcerated life. You could save a life. So stop shunning our people, our young people, for getting help. Because like I said, they don't know better. They only know what they've been taught. And they've been taught by someone else who only knows what they've been taught. And so on and so forth. No one is ready and no one has been taught to get through what we're going through. So we got to quit beating up our young people. We got to quit teaching them these nasty, dirty behaviors. We got to teach them. We got to bring them back. We got to level them out so that their sanity is right where it needs to be so that we can see them succeed and teach their children and so on and so forth to succeed. We got to, y'all. It's too crazy. It's too crazy, y'all. It's way too crazy. It's way too much out there. But we got to. We really got to. I know I am. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I will go get some help in a minute. I have gone. I needed to. Yes, yes. I took myself and received the therapeutic treatment that I needed for my mental status when I was going through something so that I did not become and remain angry and bitter and evil and vindictive so that it did not rub off on my kids. Because that's the last thing I wanted to see is my handsome young men to be that way. Dropping it down to their children and their children and their children or whatever the case may be. That's the last thing I wanted. I don't want my blood to be laced with evil. Ew, that's nasty. I want my blood and my generation to be laced with love, joy, kindness, hope, peace. You know, that's what I want mine to be laced with all the way until the end of time. Period. How do you want yours? Pass the word. Love a child, teach a child. What does they say? Reach one, teach one. That's some real stuff. But yeah, I gotta go. I love y'all. And I will be back next time, not with no sermon. I just did this because I was sitting here waiting for my kid, and I said, let me do this. But next time I go, I'm gonna have my stuff and my folder together. Cause that's not, this live was not even supposed to be for this. It's supposed to be what was for my folder. But guess what? I'm outside. It's dark. I can't see it anyway. So it didn't make sense trying to read it, flipping through the pages, not knowing what I'm saying, what it's saying. I mean, so next time I will get it together, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye. Uh oh, son, hold on. Hey, son.